All right, welcome everyone. Hey, hey, hey. Happy Tuesday. Come on in, come on in. Let's get the party started. How are you guys doing today? It is chilly in my office today. Welcome, welcome. Come on in. You know the drill. Let us know who you are, where you're joining from. Who do we have with us today? We're going to be talking about government contracting for small businesses. So, a great conversation to have during these times because there's a wealth of opportunities out there for you guys as small businesses and even individuals as you transition over into a small business. So, come on in, come on in. Let me know who you are, where you're joining from. We're going to have a candid conversation today. All about government contracting for small businesses. Hey, we have Alondra. Welcome from Kingswood, Texas. Where is Kingswood? I'm in the Dallas, Texas DFW area, so I don't know where that's at, but welcome. So we have a neighbor here. Awesome. Who else do we have? I see you guys popping on. Come on in, come on in. Let me know who you are, where you're joining from. Tell me Harris County. Okay, that's up by Houston, I think. Tell me what are you offering, your product or service, if you know, or what you're thinking about offering, if you're just getting started, so we can kind of relate it to the conversation today. So definitely go ahead and share that as well. Yep, close to Houston. All right, awesome. I see you guys popping on. Let me know who you are, where you're joining from. Come on in, come on in. We're going to go ahead and get started, but I want to know who do we have, where you're at in the process, so we can have a conversation about this, and hopefully, you guys leave with a nugget where you can go and take action. All right. So today we're talking about government contracting for small businesses. And for those of you that are joining here for the very first time, or my replay viewers, welcome and thank you for joining us. My name is Felicia Streeter over at FeliciaStreeter.com, where I help contracting companies and small businesses get into government contracting, get your first bid done, secure larger contracts, and really, grow your business into larger opportunities within the federal government marketplace. So come on in, come on in. Oh, Alondra, underground construction, sanitary, water, storm sewer line. Ooh, interesting, interesting. So you're going to start a solo business. Okay, awesome, awesome. All right, great. So let's go ahead and get started. Again, today we're talking about government contracting for small businesses. Just so you guys know, this is not just a teaching platform here. We are going to definitely open it up for Q&A as we always do. So definitely stick around for that. So if you have any questions on what we covered today or government contracting in general, I allot a certain amount of time. We're usually here about 30 minutes roughly. So, if I can answer some questions for you guys, that's awesome. So let's go ahead and dive in. So we're talking about, what government contracting is. And I thought this would be a great topic for especially those of you that are just getting started, because there's a lot of misconceptions around government contracting. And I hear people all the time, they'll either say, well, I'm not a contractor, or I'm not a government contractor. So I want to really break it down for you guys today so that you can distinguish between the two and really what it means, because it's not what most people think, and they always exclude themselves from these opportunities. So I don't want you guys to continue to do that, because there's a wealth of opportunities within the government marketplace that you guys are missing out on. And as I like to say, you're leaving money on the table. Okay, so we don't want you to do that. So as you're coming in, come on in and let me know who you are, where you're joining from. So the first thing I want to, in my terms of definition and how we look at things, decipher for you the term government, contractor, and then I'm going to break that down as far as government, and then as well as the contractor itself. Okay, so are you ready? All right, so here we go. So what does government contractor mean? So the definition I have for that, when we break out government, you think about the government, it is a entity structure, right? It is a agency, if you will. So it's a company, right? And as it relates to you and why you should care is because the government is your customer, or it can be your customer. Okay. Now, when you look at contractor, and you hear that term used a lot, and I use it a lot, when I refer to, contractors in the government, I'll just say contractor. Okay. But it does not mean you're in construction, for example, because a lot of times people will associate contractor with construction. That's not what it is. Okay. And so when I say contractor or anyone says government contractor, right, we're talking about a business, an entity structure that does work with the government agency. Okay. And that could be, when we talk about government agency, it could be your local government, it could be your county government, your state government, or the federal government. All of those fall up under government agencies, right? It's just different levels of the agencies. And then, the federal government is the biggest one of them all because it's across the US, right? And so that's how I want you to look at that. So when you think about government contractor, right, it's in essence, we're speaking to you. It doesn't matter what you do or what you offer, because a lot of times people think that's the case as well, and it is not. So never say, well, I'm not a contractor. Does the government buy what I sell? I want you to not ask that question again, because now you know the answer. And the answer is they pretty much buy everything, right? And it's not based on whether you identify yourself as a contractor or not. Once you begin to do work with the government, or you get registered and are able to do work with the government, then we refer to you as a government contractor. Okay. All right. So I hope that was clear for you. Definitely, if it was not, when we open it up for Q&A, pop those questions in. Okay. Now, as I said, one of the misconceptions is when you think contractor, people think construction. And I don't know why, but I think because a lot of times you see within the government arena that, oh, there's government projects that are for construction. You see a lot of construction. And then the other reason is because when you think construction, or you hear about it, or you see things, there's these really large contracts. Well, let me tell you that construction is not the only category that has large contracts. I can almost guarantee you guys, whoever is here watching today, and you told us who you are, where you're joining from, that the government could be a great place for you as well, to where it could definitely take your business to the next level. So wherever you are in your business, you want to take it to the next level, larger contracts. If you're doing, less than 6 figures, you could definitely use the government to take your business over the 6-figure mark. If you're doing 6 figures, let's jump it up to multiple 6 figures. Multiple 6 figures, $1 million mark is next for you. So look at it that way, not comparing it to the other industries within the government arena. Okay. All right. And I see we have more people joining here. We have Samantha. Welcome, welcome. I think this is your first time. Alexis, I'm not sure if this is your first time, because I remember another Alexis, so I don't know if you're the same person, but welcome, welcome. Colin, welcome, welcome. Oh, graphic design. Okay, well, all right, awesome. Good, good, good. All right. So here's what I want to encourage you, because we have some new people here. This is really great. So why you should care about government contracting, right? Why should you care about government contracting? One, because government is the biggest spender in the world to small businesses. Okay. They are the biggest spender in the world to small businesses. I don't know if you guys were aware, but in 2018, they spent over $128 billion with small businesses. And let me just tell you, it did not all go to construction. So when you think about the pie as a whole, right, $128 billion, and I'm pretty sure 2019 it has went up, because it's been increasing over the past 10 years every year. So they're spending more and more with small businesses. But when you think about the whole pie, $128 billion, really, how much of that pie do you really need to change the scope, right? To change your bank account, and just to change your overall business and take it to the next level? How much of that pie do you really need? So think of it like that, okay? Now, what else did I want to say here? Oh, this is really, really great. So, you know how you're out, if you're already started your business and you're working with people, and a lot of times you may have to, and I don't like to use the word convince, but you have to, sell people on your service or your product. And with the government, the difference is they're looking for you. Like literally, they already know we need this, this, and this. And so they're looking for someone to fulfill that need. And they have money. So they already have the money set aside, allocated for those needs. And then as new needs come up, what do? They go into their funding and make it happen. Okay. So that's really a great thing about being a government contractor is you don't have to convince them of, things that they need your product or service. You don't have to hound them for your payments and things like that. And they have money. They have money readily available and allocated to fulfill those needs. So that's really, really great, especially if you're in the market already. You know what I'm talking about. Okay. Now, depending on where you're at in your business, we look at what is the benefits of government contracting. No matter what level, whether it's, state, local, federal, it doesn't matter. But what is the benefit to you getting into government contracting, if this is new for you, or taking it to the next level? Maybe you stopped at getting registered or doing your certifications and you stop there. Well, that's not in the game. You still got to do more, right? The opportunities are not going to come and knock on your door. I can pretty much guarantee you that. You're going to have to put in some effort to make those opportunities happen. Okay. But the benefits, one of the benefits really is, as I stated earlier in a different way here, but that you have the opportunity of winning larger contracts. And there's a multitude of ways you can do that. We won't get into that here in this video, but there is a way for you to get larger contracts. I have a lot of my clients that come to me because they want larger contracts within the government market, which helps the growth of your business, allow you to take your business to that next level, and ultimately change how much you're making in your business, how much you get to keep, right? And so then it changes, your lifestyle and things like that as well, however you see fit there. Another great benefit, and this I think is really, really a great benefit, is that the government pays on time. Now, I haven't personally, I take that back. One time in all these years, and it's been a lot of years, that the government paid me late. One time. And they never did it again, let me tell you. Because if you know anything about government contracting, if you default on a project, if you're unable to deliver, if you are late on the schedule, they can back charge you, right? Because you're not on schedule with what was projected and things like that. Well, just in turn, if you invoice them, they're supposed to pay you in 14 days, 30 days, whatever it looks like, and they do not, then they have to pay you interest. Now, when you're waiting on a multi-million-dollar payment and they're late, that's a lot of interest every day. And so they were only late that one time on that contract. Trust me, they got it together after that. And I think the reason why they were late anyway is because, with the contracts, you have your contracting officer that is over the project, and they just so happen to go on vacation. So it kind of sat there. But other than that, it's on time. And so that's a great thing. You can count on it as long as you're delivering on your promise, then they're going to pay you. So you don't have to worry about being paid. Another great benefit, and that's why I have the form that I do today, is that you're a small business. I've already shared that they spent 128 billion in 2018. And so they have categories set aside where they actually, out of this pie of 128 billion, they say 23% of this pie, right, is going to go to small businesses. So you can do the math, $128 billion, what's 23% of that? And so that portion, okay, hold on, let me recorrect that. I'm sorry. That the whole 128 went to small businesses. So the bigger pie, and I don't remember the amount, it was probably in the trillions. I don't remember the numbers, but if you search it, you can find 2018 data. And so of that, or you can multiply 128 times 23%, and then you'll get the bigger number. But that's how much the government took the bigger pie, took 23% out of that, and that was $128 billion. Okay. So with this set aside for small businesses, they even break it down further than that. within that 23%, you have woman-owned businesses. So if you're a woman-owned businesses, let me know in the comments. You can just say woman-owned. So they have, I think it's 5%, if I'm correct. It's either 3 or 5%. I never try to remember the percentages, but they have a percent set aside for woman-owned small business. So if you're a woman-owned small business, know that they have contracts set aside specifically for you. If you're a service disabled vet, they also have a percentage of contracting opportunities set aside for you. If, let's see, minority owned businesses within your state and local governments, they have set asides for you. So, it's important to know where you fall, which certifications do you need, who's your customer. All of that comes into a nice little bow. You need to know all of that in order to be really successful in government contracting, because some are set aside at the state level, for minorities. Some are set aside at the federal level for service disabled vet or woman owned. And so all of that entails the makeup of your business and what you need to have in place based on who's your customer. I always like to start with who's your customer, because from there we can determine what you need to have in place. Now, with these certifications, these various certifications, again, they have opportunities set aside for you. Now, how great is that? Every year they're setting aside opportunities for you. So let me break down what that really means. So if you're a woman-owned, service disabled vet, veteran-owned, minority-owned, and there's others, but just to give you an example, if you're one of those, then what it means is when they put out a contracting opportunity and they say it's set aside for a woman-owned small business, that means they've just limited the competition for you. Meaning, if we have somebody on here that's a service disabled vet and they're not woman-owned, then they can't bid on that opportunity that's set aside for a woman-owned small business. How cool is that, right? So that's another benefit of being in the government arena, okay? So now I've kind of really shared with you, here's what I shared with you today. A little bit about what government contracting is, as well as why you should care. Okay. So if, you're looking to make more money in your business, you're just getting started, you want to expand into government contracting, I have a free resource for you guys. Cost you nothing, but it's a free resource. And it's really an introduction into government contracting and sharing a little bit more about the benefit of government contracting, what government contracting is, and why you should care. So if you definitely, you want to grab that free resource, is the three critical steps to winning government contracts. And so the link for that is FeliciaStreeter.com/gov, GOV101. And I'll put that over in the comments for you guys as well. But it's FeliciaStreeter.com/gov, GOV101. All right. And so definitely, grab that free resource if you're just getting started. There's some information in there, is things that you can implement on really quickly and easily to just get you going into the direction of becoming a government contractor. Now, I know some of you have been here for a while, and so I never, forget about you guys either. But go ahead, if you have any questions, go ahead and start popping your questions in, because we're going to open up the rest of this time for Q&A. So if you have any questions about what we shared here today, or if you have any questions about government contracting in general, go ahead, share those here. And I'm going to put the link in while your questions are populating. If you have any, go ahead and put them in. I'll answer them for you in the time that we have left. Okay, so there's the free resource. Now, if you're further than that, maybe you're already in the government contracting arena, you're set up, you're ready to go, and your thing is, I need to get that first bid done, then definitely check out the Contractors Edge Bootcamp. That's my signature course where we work on a few things together, but there's more information there for you within the boot camp and the training courses and things like that. But our focus when we're working together in a live session, it's in a different platform because you're able to talk to me and things like that. But we focus on finding your customer, doing, putting together your bid process, breaking down your solicitation, and then writing the proposal for that solicitation that you actually have. So it's all real time. Okay. It's not like practice. We're like doing it for real. And the objective is to get your first bid done. And so I'll put the link for that. And that's, over at First Bid Done Fast. You can definitely join us there in the boot camp as well. So go ahead and pop in your questions, and we're going to go ahead and start answering some questions. And I'm going to put the link in for you. First Bid Done Fast. All right, so there's the link for the boot camp. All right, let's see what we have here. Okay, I was right. Alexis tuned in before. Awesome. Colin said 1% of that pie would change my business. Exactly. A lot of people come in and they want to eat the whole pie, and it's like, you can't possibly eat the whole pie. Okay, get your piece, right? And make it a game changer is what I say. Let me see if this is a question. Oh, Lord. Okay. Alana said had to wait 6 months for a payment. Yeah, that's private sector. I'm pretty sure you were in the private sector. Yeah. I don't know if you had a contract in place either, but yeah, that happens. Alana said she needs her payments on time. I once worked for a construction company and had to wait 6 months. So yeah, I've seen that happen. Well, I haven't seen that happen, but I do know sometimes you have to wait, and that's where those contracts come in handy. And then there's some other things you could do too as well, just depending on what you want to do to facilitate getting it a little faster. Let me see. Okay. New generation harvest. I remember you guys. I think you were in the workshop, woman-owned business. Alana, you and your father starting. Oh, they're popping. Hold on. Oh, I got to go back. Hold on. Let's see. Okay. New generation. Can you have multiple certifications? Yes. So as far as certifications, new generation harvest said, can I have multiple certifications? The answer is yes. You always apply for all the certifications for which you qualify. That's what I teach my clients in the boot camp. And the reason is because you don't want an opportunity to present itself and you don't have the certification, but theoretically you would qualify for it if you did the paperwork. So yes, you want to have all the certifications for which you qualify. So if you got 5, 7, whatever it is, you want them all. Okay. Oh, it's jumping again. Alana says, Felicia, will the MWBE certification department visit my work area personally? It's possible. I've had people where that happens, where, when you apply for your MWBE certification or your woman-owned small business certification that's national, that they come out and do a visit. I've never had anyone come out and visit for my minority, my MWBE, which is Minority Woman Business Enterprise certification. I don't think I've ever had anyone come out. When I did the third party woman-owned certification, they did come out one time, but it's no big deal. You have an area, if you're home based, just have an area in your home that's set up for your office. No big deal. Colin says, why do state, local government want to be added as a additional insurer on their RFPs? Well, I bet you can answer that question yourself, Colin, but think about this. They want to make sure that, and I don't know what you're doing with them or whatever, but ideally, theoretically, if they contract out for you to do whatever work, they want to make sure that, one, you're covered and this project is covered. So, I mean, that's the gist of it, right? It's insurance, security, in case something happens. New generation says, can you have multiple? So, okay, I answered that. Okay, great. Awesome. All right. Well, I appreciate you guys joining me here today. If you have any final questions, go ahead and pop those in. I'm scrolling now. I don't see anything. Definitely, if you are new to government contracting, get the free resource. I'll put it in the description once this is all over, which is FeliciaStreeter.com/gov101. It's a free resource, costs you nothing, but it's some information in there to continue to educate you on the topic of government contracting, what it is and why you should care. If you're past that and you're ready to get your first bid done and you want support with that, then definitely check out my boot camp, the Contractors Edge Bootcamp. It's over at First Bid Done Fast, or you can just go to my website. It's up in the navigation. Here's what I would ask for you guys to do. While you're here, go ahead and like this video if you have not already. Show some love that you came and you joined, you asked questions, you got your questions answered. You got some new information. Maybe you had an aha that you're going to take away and take action on. If this is new for you and you're like, I didn't know that. So if you go ahead and like this video, that helps me, but it also helps this video get out to other people and make them aware of government contracting. And that's really why I brought it back to the basics today, because I'm trying to get more people into government contracting. With where our world is today, there's a wealth of opportunities for small businesses, and we're just missing out. And as someone said, they only need 1% of it. There's enough to go around. So if you're sharing this, it's not like it's going to prevent you from getting your piece of the pie just because you shared it with someone else. Okay. And we want to lift others as we climb anyway. That's what I'm really trying to do with this platform, is lift as I climb and bring other people along that's really, really serious about government contracting, taking their business to the next level, changing their lifestyle, things like that. This is the place to be. So if you haven't liked the video, go ahead and like the video. Appreciate that. Alana says, thank you. Alana says, Felicia, do you help with bonding companies? So depending on what you mean, the answer is yes. Because I'm not a bonding company, but you're probably saying help with getting your business prepared to be ready for bonding, which means probably you have a paperwork issue or financial management issues that is wrapped up into that. So yes. Yes, Alana says, so you're going to need bonding. Yeah, if you're in construction, more than likely. Yep. And you want to get a bonding plan in place as soon as possible as you're entering the government marketplace. New generation. Okay, this is our last question. We got 2 minutes. New generation. Do you have info about FAR implementing small business with mass? I don't have particular information, but I would definitely say search the FAR. So the FAR is your best friend. Anything you're doing with government contracting, I think I did a training video on this where I pointed out some key sections in the FAR, but I don't remember them off the top of my head. But you can definitely, go to the FAR and search whatever you want. The search feature is wonderful. And then anything that applies to your business, I always tell people anyway, you should know the FAR. The FAR is like your resource because you need to educate yourself on what's available for you, what you can ask for, what you can't, that kind of thing, and what the contracting officers can do as well. All right, so we're going to end it there. I thank you guys for joining me. I appreciate the likes. My replay viewers, definitely leave your comments and just say replay and share your comments as well. And don't forget to like the video. And if you know someone else in contracting, small businesses, thinking about starting a business, go ahead and share this video with them today. Take a couple minutes and share it out with a couple people or on your feed on Facebook or anything like that. It's really easy when you click the share, your social media platform pops up and you can just share it. It's really easy, just a couple of clicks. All right, so we'll be back here next Tuesday. I do have the topic, but I don't remember what it is. I don't have it in front of me, but I'm looking forward to talking with you guys. Oh, and I do have a special surprise. I'm going to start interviewing industry people to bring even more information to you guys. So we have one, I think it's next week, I believe, that'll be coming out. So we'll have an interview with someone in the industry so that you're not just hearing from me, but that we can come together collectively and support you guys as best we can. All right. So have an awesome rest of your day. And until next time, I'll see you right back here real soon. Bye for now.